Presentation to a group in Northville, where I sit on the Board of Education, and this is about a new tax that is on your ballot. Go to the very bottom of your ballot, and you're going to see it. We'll talk about it. It is the Resa Enhancement Millage. Okay, it is a, give or take, $500 million in new taxes. $480 million new tax. $480 million. That's what the ballot language looks like. You can't read it, and you're not supposed to. Why didn't they put something like a new $480 million tax? Because that would be easy to read. Who are the payers, right? And you can't read this, but we'll get to it later. And there's a group of, this is how much, they give us a chart, and it says, this is how much everyone's got to pay. Detroit pays about $12 million. Livonia pays about $8.2 million. And then the amount you pay is not equal to the amount that you get. Okay, so the second column is how much did you get. Detroit gets 17, Livonia gets 5. We'll go into the numbers in detail in a little bit. So what it establishes is a group of what they call donor districts. You're paying more than you're getting. And recipients. So what is it that we're voting on? How does this work? This one is a new tax. Brand new. It is not a renewal. It is not a continuance. It is a brand new additional tax. Your tax bill will be X. It's going to be X plus if passed. The tax amounts to $80 million a year for 6 years. 80 times 6 is $480 million. But that's bad enough as it is. But it gets worse for some of us, including everyone in this room, I would imagine. So how is the tax collected and then distributed? So it's collected on the basis of your property values. It's 2 mills. You have a bigger house, you pay more. You have a smaller house, you pay less. It's collected on property values. It's distributed by pupil count. Direct public schools only, not charters, not parochial. Okay, so this is distributed by pupil count only. It begs a fundamental fairness question. Okay? This is recipient districts. You're getting more than you're paying. Okay? This is a wealth transfer. There is a reason why the donor districts that are listed up there, and these are the tops, are where they are. And who's the biggest recipient? We'll get to that in a second. So there's 3 categories of districts. Okay? There are donors. There are what I call the break-even districts. These are districts that get, give or take, within $1 million of what they pay. And then there are recipient districts. All right, so who are the biggest donors? Drum roll. Number 1, Plymouth Canton. Plymouth Canton will donate over the life of the tax an additional $23 million. Number 2, ta-da, congratulations. You weren't number 1, but you are number 2. $15.7 million. Not in the tax, just in the donation. This is the amount of money that you will pay that will leave your district never to return. Okay, number 3, Northville, well, just behind you. Ours is 14.9. Number 4, Grosse Pointe. They're part of Wayne County. Theirs is $12.4 million. Number 5, Van Buren. I'm guessing if I take this presentation down to the folks in Van Buren and pool them with the wealthy districts, they're going to be pretty surprised that they're donating $5.7 million over the life of this tax. Okay? These are other donor districts. Romulus, Grosse Ile, Trenton, Woodhaven. They're paying more than they get. That would be very surprising to those people, I would imagine. Have you heard this on the TV? Seen this on the news? No, you have not. The total combined donation is $80 million over the life of the tax. So the people that are donating are reaching into their pocket to the tune of $80 million additional dollars. Okay? If you talk to anybody about this, this is the fundamental problem. It's fundamentally unfair. Okay? People can make local decisions about their own school districts or whether they have earned the right to ask the taxpayer for more dollars. That's a local question. But it's fundamentally unfair to say, we're going to pass this tax, and we're going to rob Peter to pay Paul to the tune of $80 million a year. It adds insult to injury for one particular reason that affects all you folks too. And that is, over the past 5 years, these donor districts have given more and gotten less. All right, Livonia and Northville are similarly situated to the dollar of the foundation allowance. So what I say about Northville applies pretty much to the dollar for Livonia as well. But I'll give you the Northville example because I happen to know the numbers off the top of my head. So school funding is based on your taxable value, not your property value. So it creeps up a little bit over time. So what can we as voters do? Okay, what's the call to action? Number one, obviously vote, right? I think I have 100% of this audience is going to go out and do that. It's at the end of your ballot. Do not miss it, right? Particularly if you vote straight ticket. If you vote straight ticket, you do not cover ballot initiatives. You do not cover the non-partisan portion of your ballot. This is the most important thing. You have to help me get the word out, right? Talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, talk to people in the community. When they hear about it, it is not simply a school tax. This is different. This is not like your millage. This is not like a bond for a new school. This is something different. I would recommend writing a letter to the editor. The local Hometown Life, they endorse this tax. There's no way to raise the money without this tax. Let them know that's wrong. How many people have heard of this before today? Some, but not all. Some, but not all. Many have not. Many have not. Speak out, obviously. Attend a school board meeting. If I lived in Livonia, I would tell you exactly what I would do. I would go to a school board meeting soon, and I would ask all of them why you thought this was a good deal for Livonia residents. Why, when we're getting 60 cents on the dollar, is that somehow a good idea? And most importantly, make them understand you will hold them accountable for that decision.